So, hello again everybody, it's just another little short flight with a Pay-Ware Aircraft. See how we get on.
Glasgow Ground Bravo, Sierra Uniform Zulu Yankee, with Mike ready to taxi IFR.
Bravo, Sierra Uniform Zulu Yankee taxi to and hold short of runway 05 using taxiway Quebec Golf. Contact tower on 118.805 when ready.
Taxiing, hold short runway 05, using taxiway Quebec Golf, Uniform Zulu Yankee.
So with that underway, let's just see where the taxiway is. Oh yeah, it's behind us. Of course it is. Right, okay. Well, there's only one thing for it. Let's chop off this guy's head. The beauty of this him. Hit the road, mate. Sorry, but cheerio. And as you can see, I'm starting to get better and better at using the pedals, especially in the taxiways at least. So I've made this one a wee bit easier to get down to the runway and not cross over certain wee bits and bobs and take a long route. So that should be a nice easier position to try to taxi down. And maybe what I should have done in the last video. This is my first time using a Pay-Ware aircraft, so I'm quite enjoying this wee plane so far. I've not had too many practice runs with it though. This is one of my maybe second or third practice. I think I just picked it up and then because my sim was misbehaving, I put it away again because it was in a wee mood. So I'm back in schedule again. And it looks as though everything looks okay. So let's try this little aircraft out again. Yeah, I'm definitely getting better at taxiing, look at this. Keep it in a straight line almost. Yay! And I can even sort of turn round here. I think I even do a full stop. Do its plan. Yep. Perfect. Yay! Oh, I'm happy with that.
Glasgow Tower Bravo, Sierra Uniform Zulu Yankee, ready for departure runway 05 IFR to Inverness.
Bravo, Sierra Uniform Zulu Yankee altimeter 29.9er, 4 wind 172 at 10. Cleared for takeoff runway 05.
Cleared for takeoff runway 05 Bravo, Sierra Uniform Zulu Yankee.
Well, maybe what you'll see in a wee second, maybe I shouldn't get too cocky. My taxiing skills, because, well, no, I'll keep stewing and I'll just let you watch it. No, come on. Come on. This away. Yeah, so we're back on schedule. See what I mean? See what I mean? Right, well, we're back on. Oh, look, we're almost in the middle. That's good enough for me. Whoa, this plane is sensitive. Whoa, 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 whoa. Right, I think that looks good. There's only a tiny little bit I'll need to practice practice with a flight stick of mine on this aircraft, because that was hardly anything I pulled back on there, and it just pulled up. So yeah, I could be practicing this very well. Not one of my best takeoffs, but I think that's the sign I put it onto autopilot to take us all the way over to Inverness. Yeah, that's it.
Scottish Center on 119.875. Good day.
119.875 Uniform Zulu Yankee. Scottish Center Bravo Sierra Uniform Zulu Yankee is at 800 feet, climbing 9,000 feet.
Bravo Sierra Uniform Zulu Yankee Scottish Center altimeter 29.9 for continue to Texas as planned.
Yeah, we've got all of that underway. Everything's looking pan-dabby-dozy, as they say. I think that's us en route. Yep, bring up the map just to double check. But I think we're en route now to Inverness. And I'm pretty sure once I have a wee peek out the windows and everything here, I don't want to bore you with the big long flight, so what we do is when we get a wee bit closer to the turning axis, I'm going to cut out again and we're going to jump ahead away up to the maybe closer to the approach again. Just cut out all that boring flight. Yeah, it's a nice wee aircraft, this. I think it might be one of my favourites as well. Get practicing. Yep, and here we go, that's us going to cut over in a wee second. Yep. See you all at approach bit number Inverness. Right, we'll see this wee bit here.
Uniform Zulu Yankee, please expedite your descent 9,500 feet.
What I tend to do is, because I'm trying to still learn like the avionics and everything in this aircraft as well, I sort of try and just sort of come down with ATC as the instructions. So I've configured it all to come down to their level, and what happens is I think when I end up getting the acknowledgement to go into the approach with Inverness,
Uniform Zulu Yankee, contact
seconds,
Inverness
this could get.
on 122.605. Good day.
122.605 Uniform Zulu Yankee. Inverness approach Bravo Sierra Uniform Zulu Yankee is passing 10,300 feet, descending 9,500 feet.
Bravo Sierra Uniform Zulu Yankee Inverness approach altimeter 29.9 tree. Continue to Davit as planned. Uniform Zulu Yankee, you are 21 miles south. Descend and maintain 5,000 feet. Expect localizer runway 05 approach via D189P transition. Clear to D189P.
Yeah, so for something unbeknown.
Descend and maintain 5,000 feet. Expect localizer runway 05 approach via D189P transition. Cleared to D189P Uniform Zulu Yankee.
For unknown reason, I decided to put it into approach mode way too early, and I'm not even configured for it. So why I do that, I don't know. Just had this impulse that I had to do it. So I do quickly figure it out and get myself back into normal mode again, in the nav mode, and we do end up having to turn the plane round at this point and having it to back on schedule again. So what I'll do is I'll cut all this bit out again,
Uniform Zulu
because
Yankee, contact Scottish Center on 119.875.
just added in
Going
extra.
to 119.875 Uniform Zulu Yankee.
Sorry, I keep getting.
Scottish Centre Bravo Sierra Uniform Zulu Yankee is passing 9,600 feet, descending 5,000 feet.
Bravo, Sierra Uniform Zulu Yankee Scottish Center altimeter 29.9 tree. Continue to D189P as planned.
Sorry, I don't want to keep getting interrupted by the ATC there, so I keep stopping. Yeah, so I don't want to bore you with the extra time that we had here trying to turn this aeroplane round. So I just cut it out, and here we are coming down into final. Big long boring final again. Remember, I've not been using BNAV or anything at this stage. I'm just literally just trying to use my knowledge and bring the plane down to descent with the autopilot at the moment. And what you'll see is I don't do a good job of it. So I should be way lower at this stage. I'll need to bring up the charts and study the charts properly before taking this airplane. That's my bad for just picking up a plane and just going for it. Not doing my not doing, what do you want to call it, my homework, as you say, maybe, beforehand, and getting everything all ready so I know which station and everything to tune into and what bit of the glide slope and all that kicks in, and whereabouts, how many feet and everything should be. So I'll have that all configured for the next time we take this plane out, and I'll have a better idea of what to do, because I do try and put it in at this stage again into that approach mode, not realising that I've not got everything set up. So I'm up a bit of a twally at this point, I would say.
Uniform Zulu Yankee 10 miles southwest inbound, localizer runway 05 approach.
Bravo, Sierra Uniform Zulu Yankee Inverness Tower. Altimeter 29.9, 1 wind 152 at 18. Cleared localizer runway 05 approach.
Cleared localizer runway 05 approach, Uniform Zulu Yankee.
So it does get to a point at this round about this time, maybe a bit further on, when I realised that I've actually overshot the runway, and I'm actually on top of it, way too high, which is why I said I've messed him. I don't want to say another word just for video purposes, but yeah, messed it up a wee bit. So I think I end up cutting out a wee bit as well, because I don't want to have this boring sequence for you doing that as well. So because I put it on approach mode, it's sort of taking us off schedule a wee bit, keeping us in the same area. And I know this, I don't know it well, but I know it enough to keep my plane going. But obviously, because of me being too high, I've not spotted the actual runway, and I think very, very, very soon it might just be off, a wee bit off to the left here, and I end up flying over the top of it. I'm sure it's round by this stage. Which my silly belly. What was I saying in my last video? That 9 times out of 10 you shouldn't miss this approach? It's twice. I've done something goofy with it, so maybe I need to have a bit more practice before I make these videos, but this is a fun idea. I have a video that's not got anything wrong. And I'm only doing this for fun anyway, I'm not doing it for anything otherwise. So let's just cut out, since we're overflying this, let's just cut out. I think what I do is I aim for a different airport. I'll catch up a wee bit further on. Or maybe I don't. I thought I'd cut this wee bit out, maybe I haven't. A little bit. I'm just... As you can see when I take my VFR map away, I'm just trying to just visualise that runway ahead of us for this other airport that I'm going to fly into instead. And I think very, very soon, because I'm still quite high, I take over manually and I try and see if I can approach this without any intervening with the aircraft. This is when you'll get to see all my manual skills, but I'm not that great, but I'm pretty pleased. Almost pleased with them. Remember, I'm just a beginner. Not anything spectacular. I think I try and configure myself. I think that was me trying to bring the speed down a wee bit to configure myself for some flaps. Try and see if I can get a wee bit of control over before I take over. I hope this isn't too boring for you as well. I hope you're all enjoying watching the videos so far. I'd love to hear if you are or not in the comments. Like I said, this is going to just be the ad hoc video every now and again. And I think it is round about now I take control. Let's listen for it. It's a lot longer than what I thought. Any time now, I think. Yeah, there we go. There's the disabling of the autopilot. So I'm now in control at this point. And this is when I realise how sensitive this plane is again. Just very, very, very slight movements. This is what I'm enjoying because it's more reality. And I will get better and better at flying this plane as well, so just bear with me on these wee rocky times up and down and side to side, which you're going to see. I will start to get the hang of the movements, hopefully. As time goes on and I get more practice with this plane, because I'm loving it so far. I think any time I go anywhere, I think this is the plane that's going to be coming. And there is another flight plan coming up soon, because I did miss a big official one yesterday. But I think there's another one coming up soon as well within so maybe instead of taking the same planes as everybody else, I might just take this one out. But we'll see how we go. See what happens. Yeah, well, we can see this runway here. Let's aim for that. I do speed up a bit here just to try and get myself a wee bit down further as well, so remember, no judgments, I'm just learning with this aircraft as well. I'm doing all my notes and bringing speed down when we're coming down, things like that, yeah. Throttle. I'm doing all of this, but I don't think I'm doing too badly. First time beginner. Still got control of the plane, and that's the main thing. In my book. And not every flight will go 100% perfect as well, so I'm sure everybody else knows that. Even if you're a beginner or not, you can't get 100% in every single flight. Unless you're superhuman, I reckon. But yeah, practice makes perfect. The more and more we do it. In my book. As you can see, I'm actually lining myself up for this big active runway. This big white runway here on the right hand side. This is the one I'm aiming for. Coming across the water and down and in. It's a pretty good runway to come into as well, I think. It's quite nice. I've never been here, it must be some sort of an airfield or something, so my first time bringing it into this wee airport. And I wasn't actually intending to bring it into this airport. But that's the joys of learning and practicing and doing things differently. It was a bit more fun for everybody as well. Well, hopefully I can try and get myself down into here to short final and a better angle and hopefully better altitude all the way in. And I've got my flaps and everything still down as well from before. So I've just left them till we get control of the airspeed and everything again. And I think it very soon, I think as we come over this water here, I do something stupid again. God knows why. And I think I end up putting more flaps in way too soon. Just double check that. Because to me at the moment it looks as though I'm nicely configured. Don't know why I wanted to change this, I don't know. But to me I was looking good here. Don't know about anybody else wanting to find out. Remember, no judgments here, remember. But yeah, to me this was all looking perfect. I think it's round about now. I don't know if it's full flaps in this, then we'll need to put the... Just investigate how many flaps we've got in this plane. I think I try to put it into full flaps ready for the landing. And then as I do that, yep, here we go. I lose control because the plane drifts. Of course it does. Why wouldn't it? And this is all my bad. I know this is my bad. This has got nothing to do with the sim whatsoever. This is me being a complete idiot and losing track of that lovely approach I was coming in with, which to me looked okay. So I think because I'm drifting way too off to the side and I'm struggling to gain control again, I think I end up missing this runway that I was actually aiming for. Of course. But yeah, I'm still trying to get control of the plane again as we sort of dwindle our way in. So because I see this other runway here, I think this runway's actually got a cross on it. There's no active. But hey ho, nobody's here. Let's just get the plane down successfully. Let's just try and aim for that one instead. In my book. Here we go, up, and there's a Jane Stallhorn. If you watch the Big Main Official thing. Oh yeah, that wasn't too bad. Yeah, so I landed, even though I wasn't perfect lined up, to me that turned out okay there. Pretty happy with it, nice. It wasn't a soft landing, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't one of the worst ones, so I'll take that. And remember, this is just a brand new aircraft as well, so it's even better. Well, what I tend to do is, I'll turn round, and when I realise how far I'm actually away from where I should have been, I think what I decide to do, just have a wee peek here, yeah, I think I do. Just turn round, have a wee peek at the VFR map, and I think I decide to just manually take us over to the airport that we should have landed at. And just forget about my plan, forget about autopilot, and just give another wee bit of practice with this plane. Yep, and here we go, yep. So this is us once we've configured myself again. I didn't do anything with the automatic, all I did basically just started once I worked out from the map whereabouts I was going. I just had the idea of just coming on this runway and I'll follow the sort of coastline round and then maybe go in from that direction. It's maybe the wrong way from our initial plan, but at least it's back over to where we should have been, following the coastline and having another wee bit of practice with this plane. So yet again, I do rather a horrible kind of, I was going to say a different word there, I don't know if you noticed that, do a kind of bit of a bad takeoff again, but that's just all me getting practice and learning how to keep it on the runway using the pedals, because I've got this annoying habit that I want to use my stick and I need to get out of that habit. Whoop, there we go again. Whoa, really sensitive, this plane. I don't know if MD's tried doing this, or if it's just me maybe, but I think it could just be me because it was heavy handed with other planes. But yeah, I'm liking this one so far. More practice makes perfect. And remember, this bit of the flight is all manual whatsoever. There's no autopilot, no nothing. It's just mainly me and my skills. Hopefully my skills. taking me somewhere. I think I do tend to a couple of times when we're banking round. I think sometimes I just overbank it, and that's all just down to me moving the stick a bit too far again, just being not really realising how sensitive the actual plane is. At least you're getting a bit of a manual skills here. Hopefully. Keep it round about the 1500 mark. I think I try to aim for that. Just try and keep it level steady. Hopefully. Let's aim for the end of the edge of this coast and just use the VR map as my guidance. This is what my plan was. It's a nice wee handy tool, that wee VR map. I'm glad it was suggested to start using it more often. It's quite good. It's handy. Might be a bit on the screen, but it's handy. So far so good. Getting there. I'm not using any instruments or any guidelines. I'm just physically just manually flying and using the VR map. Could have used the VORs and everything and got myself in that way, I reckon, if I looked them all up and done it properly, but I was just a wee quick 10 minutes. I wanted to just try and get us to where we should have been. Just wanted to finish the video off a bit. So that was my plan. And plus it gives me an extra practice again in this plane, which is what I want. More practice the better, and then that way when it comes to community flights I'm not going to be tailing behind. I'll be able to enjoy myself again. Because it is. As much as it is good flying here around yourself, it is much better to fly around with friends. It makes it a lot easier and makes the sim a wee bit more enjoyable as well. And we've got that banter and the chit chat going along with it. It's great. I think I like community flights better. But I do practice quite a lot as well, and these videos that I take is usually for my practice training, and it's just usually for my personal use only. But I wanted to make this video again in this new plane and using my pedals. So this one was aimed as a proper video, but normally I would just take it from my own personality. So I'll maybe record the community one, I don't know. But I'll let everybody know if I do. I've never actually done any community one, it's always just been my own wee practice stuff. Because I only just learned how to record on Xbox not that long ago, so it was after a while all the flights and everything were done. Because I tend to just record it there, and then later on I do this voiceover on my wee laptop. And that's my wee streaming video kind of way of doing things at the moment. I'm not going to venture out to getting high-tech stuff. I've got other microphones and things and everything. I can do it through OBS and all that if I wanted to, but I've got like the capture card and everything. I can put the computer. I've done all that. I've got everything like that. I can set it up and I can do directly to the computer there and then. I'm not looking to make all these videos all the time, so I think the way I'm just going to do it at the moment is just play this in, record it as I'm playing it, and if I like the content I just record this voiceover afterwards, and if I don't like the content then, well, nobody needs to know that I've ever got in, and I'll just ditch the video later on after training. I'm not looking to make videos constantly either, because I have got a full-time job which takes quite a lot of my time, and then I go to like exercise classes afterwards, a variety of exercise classes. So I think this is a bit, I keep on turning and banking the wrong way. Using the VR map and turning the Sims. Yep, I think I realised I'm actually turning here. I thought it was turning towards the airport, but no, I'm turning away, so I do bank round the other way. I think this is a bit, I end up banking a bit too much, a bit oversensitive with it. Although you've got to be just in that wee first kind of wee bracket, you should only be banking, you shouldn't be banking round too far. Then again, yeah, I'll end up, there we go, see, I end up turning it round and bring it back round to where we should be going. Yeah, so anyway, we're interrupted with my exercise classes. I do all different kinds of exercise classes, most nights as well, so the time is caught up quite a bit. By the time I get in, I'm actually shattered. I'm ready for my bed most nights. So this is a wee Saturday afternoon. I decided to do this one. I thought why not? Let's just record another wee video. And it'll just be on days like this when I've got weekends free that'll be happening. And I like the idea of this, me manually flying, to let everybody see how well I do, because it's always better to see it from somebody else's scope, actually seeing how they fly as well. And I wanted to show you all that I'm actually quite good, not good, I don't know, I better not say that because that's me took my own horn again, so I'll shut up. Hopefully I'm not too bad. I think at this point here is what the runway I'm going for, yep. Whether it's right or wrong, I don't know. I do use this visual runway here, and I'll try and bring it down nicely. I think it is, because this is the airport, so I think this was my runway that I should have been coming in the other direction with. But hey ho, we're over to where we should be. As a, oh. And here we go again, let's see how we can do. Hopefully, fingers crossed, on a successful landing. Come on. Come on. Please. Oh, a bit hard there. But, oh yeah. Not too bad.
Going to 118.405 Uniform Zulu.
I do lose control of the rudder pedals again. Maybe from a hard landing, but I think I maybe came in too fast as well. I need to get the hang of when I come down and land to put the brakes on. But that'll just come with practice. Takeoff and landings are my thing I need to practice on and focus on, I think. Because, like I say here, what I tend to do at this speed point as well, just for fun, I'll just taxi back round to the runway. Just show everybody that taxiing is a doddle. I've got that mastered. That's what you can see, hopefully. I'll just sort of follow this path round, I think. Because at first, when it was coming this way, I thought it was going to take me a bit round and then to a wee parking spot, but I think what I end up just doing is following it, and then you end up just back at the runway again. But it's still practice at the end of the day. I could have just turned off right here, I suppose. But maybe me decided just to follow it, to see where it goes, and it does. It was the actual taxiway back onto the runway again. I need to learn how to use this airport. So it becomes one of my faves again, but I don't really know the layout of the actual airport. Yeah, I hope you all have enjoyed this wee video. And until the next time, when hopefully shall see you all again. Have fun and happy simming, whatever sim you play. And I shall see you all again sometime soon. Cheerio!